Nora had always believed ghosts were nothing more than stories people told when they were too afraid to admit they didn't understand something.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, young lady. How can I help you?
But that belief was about to change after getting a new job in a quiet Nigerian town. Nora found a small room in an old residential compound. The rent was surprisingly cheap. Almost too cheap. There was only one strange thing about the compound. The rooms were numbered 1 through 6. Then 8. There was no room 7. When Nora asked the elderly landlord about it, his expression suddenly changed. He gave her only one warning. Whatever she heard from that side after midnight, she should never answer.
Whatever you hear from that side after midnight, don't answer.
Answer who?
The woman.
Nora didn't take the warning seriously. That night she slept peacefully until exactly 2:13 in the morning. A soft knock woke her. At first, Nora thought it was another tenant. Then she heard a woman's voice outside her door. The voice was weak and pleading. It asked her to open the door. Nora remembered the landlord's warning, so she remained silent. Then the voice whispered her name. She didn't answer. The knocking stopped. Then the voice whispered something that made the blood run cold. It told her that it knew she was awake.
I have to get out.
In the morning, Nora convinced herself it had all been a dream, until she opened her door. There was a single wet footprint outside her room. The floor around it was completely dry. She called out to her neighbors and asked if they heard the knock last night, but they all said no. The following night, the knocking returned. This time, Nora made the mistake of looking through the peephole. What she saw nearly stopped her heart. It was herself. Another Nora was standing outside her door. Same face, same clothes, same scar, but the woman outside was smiling. Nora backs away from the door in terror. Nora barely slept. By morning, she had convinced herself that exhaustion had caused her imagination to run wild. But when she mentioned the woman to Papa Jude,
Papa Jude, woman who looked exactly like me.
Papa Jude took Nora somewhere she had never been before. From an old cabinet, he brought out a photograph. He handed it to her without saying a word. Nora looked at it, and her stomach dropped. The woman in the photograph was identical to the woman she had seen through her peephole, but the photograph was decades old. That night, Nora finally fell asleep, and that's when things became worse, because she dreamed about the compound. But in the dream, the corridor was different. The woman was sitting inside. She didn't attack Nora. She didn't scream. She simply looked at her, and for the first time, Nora noticed something. The woman wasn't angry. She looked terrified. She asked Nora to look in the mirror. Then the mirror showed her something she didn't understand. A little girl, standing in the same compound, crying, and standing beside her was Amara. Nora suddenly remembered seeing Amara before. Not in a photograph, not in a dream. In real life, she had been 6 years old.
Mama!
Oh my God. Nora remembered everything now. Amara was her mother. She remembered her father's anger. She remembered the way he had beaten her mother mercilessly. She remembered the fear in her mother's eyes as she was rushed to the hospital. She remembered sitting outside emergency room 7. And all these years, Nora had believed the biggest lie of her life. Her father told her that her mother abandoned them, that she left with another man, that she didn't want her anymore. So Nora grew up hating her own mother, a dead woman, a woman who had suffered abuse, a woman who never got the chance to tell her daughter the truth. And the man Nora had loved all these years, her father, the very man who had abused her mother and manipulated Nora into hating her. Nora's heart shattered. She had spent her entire life loving her mother's abuser. While hating the woman who had never abandoned her, tears rolled down her face. "Mummy, I'm sorry. Chinedu Okafor. You made me hate my own mother. You made me believe you. Now, you will answer for everything you did. And today I disown you as my father